Some people take automatic cars and they convert them to manual transmissions. It's a very pricey thing to do. It's not cheap at all, but some people do it because some cars, they don't make those cars in a manual transmission. You know, I'm talking, I don't mean like a Civic, you know. I'm talking like old school cars that like from the 70s or something that does not come in manual. They put a manual transmission in. They like cut the thing out, they make the room, they bring the manual, they stick through, they make it a manual. I've seen it done like on the car shows and shit. And it's pricey, but it comes out good. I was watching Fast and Furious last night, and I was watching the part when they're working on the cars in the garage, and I said to myself, Jesus, if only I knew people that worked on cars like that, to where I could have everything fucking done on this truck and really had it done on the truck. You know? Not no pussy shit.
Testing. System ready.
Alright, so I feel like driving my truck. I always get these urges to drive, so we're gonna go for a little drive. But watch how fast my truck starts. I mean, it cranks right up. It's a good truck. Alright? See, another thing people don't realize when they start their car. They turn on their car and they go right over the start, all the way. Boom, boom, boom. You know? It's like a motorcycle. Always let your fuel pump prime before you start. Alright? It's not a bad thing to do. It's a good thing to do. Alright, so the way you let your fuel pump prime is you just turn on your battery first. Alright, and you just wait a few seconds, like just like that. That's all you have to wait. Now start the car. Alright? By waiting a couple seconds, you let your fuel pump prime. And what that means is it sucks up fuel and it pulls fuel through the line, into the lines. It primes the pump. It's fuel injected. What the hell is this? Is that where my... Is this my... Oh wow, my ECU is right here? Wow. That's a real fucking cool place to put the ECU. I don't know if I guys ever showed you this, guys. But my radio comes with a remote. I have a remote. Alright, so right now, look, I can put on source, change the source, aux, Bluetooth audio. Alright, another thing that's good about this is I have a USB right here. I have a USB plug right here. That's cool, right? And there's a little door. It's a little door. It's like a magnet door, too. That's cool. I have an auxiliary input right here. That's good shit too. And this thing comes off. Right, you push the button here, you lift it up a little bit, it comes off, and then you slide out to the right. A lot of people know that. And it's always good to take this with you when you get out of your car, because a nice one like this, someone will break your fucking window and they'll steal your fucking head unit. They'll steal this right out of the fucking truck. And some people say, well, it only works with that specific radio. Yes, this model, yes, but not this exact one. Like, some people think it has a security thing where this will only work with this exact one. Not the model, I don't mean model, I mean this very one that's in my truck. That it communicates with this part, and it knows that it's the same serial number, same special passcode, and it works. Alright, that's not the case with these. Like getting replacements a really big pain in the ass. Alright, so that's not the case with these. These they work. Alright, so to put this back in, we slide the left side in first, because there's grooves here. Trust me, I've already learned this. Grooves here, slide the left in first, and then we push in the right. Oops, wait a minute. See that? See, I just got stuck there. Alright, left side in first, and then push in the right. Boom. Boom. Off to the races. Alright, so let me put on my seatbelt. Okay. Engine is warming up. So yeah, I can turn on source. Radio, turn up the volume. Oops. There's volume. See, it's pretty cool because arrow up is my presets. Watch. See that? Number 4. Look, preset 1, preset 2, preset 3, preset 4. Now, this is not a 1. This just means FM1. So don't get confused, people. FM1. Because there's 2 FMs. See, look. Band. FM2. FM3. Wow! I've never seen that before. The FM3. That means I can have 18 different presets. 18 presets. Holy shit. And then you got your AM. Then you got your fucking AM. That's crazy. Alright, but the remote is really handy. Alright, I can hang up calls with the remote, which I don't know why I would do that, because this button right here, and I didn't show you guys this either. If I hit this button here, it loads my phone, right? I can go to my phone book. Alright, I could search by letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or I could search top list. Craigslist. Oh, there it goes. Hey, these are all my numbers. Look at that. Brandon, Brian Mac. This is all mixed in shit. This is just shit that was people that called me as well too. Like Diamond John. I don't know who the fuck that is. DJ. There it is. DJ Trailer's in there. DJ Trailer. That's my DJ. But yeah, I can do that too. That's tight. That's really tight. Second to first. Alright, we are rolling. So yeah, it's a great head unit, guys. It's a great head unit. Alright, that's called the Pioneer DEH-6800BT. That's Pioneer, D as in dog, E as in Edward, H as in ho, dash 6800, B as in bitch, and T as in toy. Alright, it's $140 head unit. Amazon had it for $94. And I had Best Buy price match. And they weren't supposed to price match that one because that wasn't shipped and fulfilled and shipped by Amazon. It was third party. But the lady on the phone at Best Buy, when she looked at it, she didn't see that. She just saw the price. I was so fucking happy. So I spent $94 plus tax, free 2-day shipping, Prime. It was $102.50. $102.50 for this deck. I thought I only had 2 speakers in the truck, one on each door. But it turns out there's a speaker up here and a speaker over there. I didn't even know that because I was fucking around with my fade and my balance and stuff, and I turned my fade on and I heard speaker coming from up here. I'm like, where the fuck is that coming? And then I saw the speaker over there. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even notice that. So that kind of burst my bubble because I was gonna get 2 new speakers because only 2 speakers, I could afford 2 new speakers. But now I need 4 speakers. So Mom's like, you shouldn't get speakers. Don't get speakers to waste the money. I said, Mom, if I'm dropping $500 to fix the transmission and the other $1,500 on all the other shit that I fixed so far, then it doesn't hurt to have nice speakers in here if I have a nice new fucking deck. Deck? What's a deck? You put a patio in here? No, my radio, Ma. Oh, radio. So yeah, I'm just driving around, guys, because I love to drive stick. It's just I get bored sitting at home and just driving around. That's what I'm saying. You can't stop. If this was a brand new car, I would already be putting tons of mileage on my car. That's why that's if I get the V6 twin turbo Genesis in next year. Well, it won't be next year. It'll be a couple years. But oh my god, I always hit that same fucking thing. They gotta fucking pave this shit, dude. Enough's enough already. Enough's enough already with this bullshit. Oh shit. Oh, I have it, okay. I was looking for my drugs. No, I'm joking. I just want to make sure I had my wallet.
K, alert.
There's a cop up here. Hold on, I gotta turn off my light. Cop up here. It was a cop, but he was behind me. This thing has reverse. This has 360 detection. I'm just driving around. I'm probably just gonna do like a big square and go back to the house. Cut through the gas station here. Which is illegal, but this light is long. So, remember I told you about that TD credit card I applied for? I was like, it's been about 3-4 days. I wonder what's going on. So I called the application status number, and it said they did not approve me for a credit card. I'm like, wait, what? So I called the lady and I say, listen, I'm just kind of curious to know why, because I have a 750 credit score and I just got approved for a gas card last night, and it's kind of weird. So she reads me the information that the automated system said that I have too much credit utilization out, but I just paid off all my credit cards, so it's a little like behind, and the automated system kind of made a mistake. So she's like, yeah, none of this really applies to you. I said, yeah, I find it weird. I said, I haven't been declined for a credit card, in 10 years. So she's going to escalate it or push it up. She's going to put the application back through, but to be evaluated by an actual person. And I'm pretty sure I'll get the credit line. I'll get the credit card for sure that way. See that I'm downshifting, guys. I did not use my brake yet, and I'm doing almost 10 miles an hour. Now I'm accelerating again. Alright, we're gonna jump on this highway here. I'll be able to show you from 5th. I had to just downshift from 5th all the way to 2nd and come to a complete stop without touching the brake until I'm doing about 10 miles an hour. Instead of people that hit the brake when they're doing 80 and they ride the brake the whole time. That's the difference, guys. In 4th gear right now. Doing about 55 miles an hour. 60 miles an hour. I'll go ahead and shift to 5th gear. Alright, I am now in 5th gear. I am 2,000 RPMs, doing about 60 miles an hour. We're gonna speed up a little bit more. Alright, so now I'm doing a nice highway speed. I'm in 5th gear. I'm doing 60 miles an hour, which feels like a little bit more in this truck for some reason. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get off this exit coming up here. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go from 5th gear. Watch my RPMs. My RPMs are gonna jump up. I'm gonna go into 4th gear now. Hold on, I just gotta come around this bend because I'm not quite ready to get off yet. I don't want to end up going too slow. Alright, we're gonna go ahead now and shift into 4th gear. Alright, no brake. And I'm slowing down now. I'm still giving it a little gas because I'm not quite up there yet, but here, slowing down. You see that? I'm slowing down because I went into a smaller gear, so there's more pull. There's more pull to slow me down. I'm getting off at this exit, so now I'm gonna go into 3rd gear. Right? This exit puts me on another highway, but I did not even use my brake at all yet. So I'm slowing down from the engine. So I didn't even use my brake at all right now. Look at that, I slowed down from 60 to 30 by dropping 2 gears one at a time. And now I'm turning onto this other highway. But I didn't even have to use my brake to slow down to take that exit. All I did was engine brake. They check engine lights because I got a misfire, but it goes away. It will go away. Alright, look, now I'm on another highway. So now I'm going to get over to my left. I'm accelerating. I'm in, what gear am I in? 3rd. So now I got to go back into 4th gear. See that? And I'm getting off in half a mile, so we're going to show you it again. Going into 5th gear. Now I'm in 5th gear. My RPM's dropped, right? Back at 60 miles an hour. Now we're going to have to come to a complete stop this time. Alright, drop into 4th. Alright, letting go of the gas. Slowing down. No brake. No brake. 3rd gear. That slowing down. I'm giving a little gas because I gotta ride this up to the light. Right? No brake at all yet, guys. Look, now I'm gonna go into 2nd gear. No brake. There's the red light. Look how slow I'm going. Now I'm going so slow that I could just hit the brake, push the clutch in, and now come to a stop. And now I can put it in 1st gear so I can go again when the light turns green. Alright, but the light's taking a little longer to pull. I remember I said don't sit with the clutch pushed in, so we're going to pull it into neutral and let the foot off the clutch. But look at that. I went from 60 miles an hour in 5th gear all the way to 2nd gear, and 2nd gear took me to it slow enough to just put it in neutral and stop. So I didn't actually touch my brake until I was doing about 10 miles an hour. You guys saw it. That is engine braking. That is engine braking at its best. Alright? I didn't have to use my brake. The only thing I had to use my brake for was to stop rolling. But I didn't have to slam my brake back on the highway to slow down from 60 to 0. So you can see how the brakes in a manual transmission car will last you so much longer. Alright, light's turning, so clutch in, 1st gear, release lightly, give it a little gas to roll, and we are engaged in 1st completely. Push in, shift to 2nd, release. Push in, shift to 3rd, release. Hey? Push in, go to fourth, release. Fourth gear. Alright, we're coming to a light again up here. Third gear. That's that speed limit sign right there. That's what's giving me full alert. Second gear. Green light, accelerate. Push in, shift to third, release clutch. You see how the RPMs work? That's exactly what it would look like in an automatic car if it was shifting for you. Like right now, it would shift for me. It won't be staying like that, but I choose, remember? Foot off the gas right now. RPMs are dropping a little bit. Going downhill. Because in New York, when you go down a hill, you always let go of the gas. Now we're going up a hill. Going up the hill right now. Okay, you can shift into fourth just to conserve gas. RPMs drop. See that? See, look what happens if I go to fifth gear right now. Look how low my RPMs get. That's too low. That's bogged down. I'm going too slow to really be in fifth gear. That's why I'd rather be in fourth gear. See that? Alright. Make the left turn. I'm gonna go into second gear. Engine braking, see that? Look, no brake at all. I just made that turn and I never hit the brake. Didn't use the brake at all. Why is this car just stopped on the road for like this? Idiot. Put your fucking directional on or your emergency brakes or something, pal. Fucking moron. Alright, we're back. Yummy, yummy, yummy turkey club. Oh, turkey sandwich. I don't have lettuce on it. Look at that shit. Look at that. Mayo, bacon, cheese, and turkey. What's up, guys? So, I have two different books to read now. I finished Heaven is for Real last week. You know, it was alright. It was just, you know, I'm Jewish, so there's a lot of, like, Catholic shit in there that, you know, I don't really, like, into, you know, but that's not, you know, nothing against Catholics or anything, you know. But, I got the Maze Runner book. I've seen the first movie and second movie, but I have not read the book. And, some people say the book sucks, but, I think the book's gonna be alright. And that's a pretty big book, you know. There is, almost 400 pages in here. Then, I just had to do it. Goosebumps. Night of the Living Dummy. I like One Day at Horrorland. That's one of my favorite Goosebumps. Is my favorite Goosebumps. I never read this one. And it was $4 on Amazon. So, brand new. You know, nice and brand new. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this. I could probably read this all in one shot. Goosebumps book, I could usually read all in one shot. But, very excited to read those. I just have to be into it, you know. I just gotta get into the, you know. I just can't. I gotta get the urge to read that, you know. Gotta get the urge to read it. So I have a credit card offer from Citibank, double cash, 0 APR for 18 months. That's pretty good. I'm going to show you guys how to look into a credit card. When you get a credit card offer in the mail, alright, it's going to say you've been pre-selected to apply. Alright, and even if it says pre-approved, that's just another word for pre-selected. Pre-approved doesn't mean you automatically get the card. they're still going to do a credit pull on you. All right. I know people say, I got pre-approved. That means I get the card. No. That just means you were pre-selected to apply for the card because you have good credit history and the automated system found, is seeing that. Hold on, let me pull this shit out. Okay. Alright, when you're looking at a credit card, guys, okay, the first thing you want to look at to see if there's an introductory APR. In this case, there is. 0 APR for 18 months. Okay? That means, let's say I have a 20% APR on a credit card, and you have a $120 balance, and you pay $20, right? Now you have $100 on the card, but you have $20, 20% APR. That means you get 20% interest on the balance. So that means 20% of $100 is $20. So you'll get $20 interest charge on there. 0 APR means you can have a $100 balance for 18 months and you're not going to pay any interest. So that's the best time to balance transfer. Let's say you have $1,000 on a different card that you don't have 0 APR anymore. You balance transfer it to this card so you can pay the minimum payment for those 18 months without interest. And then let's say you have $300 left over at the end of the 18 months, paying in full, unless you want to pay interest on $300. The next thing you want to look at to see what your APR is going to be after that. In this case, it's going to be 13.99. Usually it would say 13.99 dash 18.99. That means it can be anywhere between 13.99 and 18.99 depending on your credit history. But in this case, it's a guaranteed 13.99% APR, which is actually kind of low. That's pretty low for a credit card. The lowest I have on my credit card is American Express, 12.99. So 13.99 is actually pretty reasonable for a credit card. That's actually pretty good. All right. The next thing you want to do on a credit card, and probably the most important thing, is annual fee. That means some credit cards, mostly like credit cards that give you a lot of perks, has an annual fee. That means every year you have to pay a fee to have the credit card. Right? So you want to look at this thing that comes with any credit card offer comes with this page. It's going to say the same thing. 0% introductory APR for 18 months. Then you have an APR. My APR will be $13.99. Okay. Balance transfers. Usually you pay like a fee to balance it. Now cash advance. That's another thing. People don't realize this. When you take cash out of your credit card, the APR on cash is always much more. This is 25. See the big difference? This is just using it regularly to swipe the card, buying something. And if I take a $100 cash advance, that means I'm paying 25.24% interest on the money I take out every month until it's paid off. Not to mention a cash advance fee. Usually, let's say, for example, if I take $20 cash advance on my credit card, the fee is $10 to do that. Alright? So I'm really paying $30 for $20. That's how they make their money. It's like when you use your ATM, you use a Chase ATM card at a Wells Fargo. Okay? You'll say, would you like to pay the $3 ATM fee? Because it's not a Chase ATM. So on top of the $3 charge to use that ATM, your bank's also going to charge you a non-ATM fee on top of that. Usually it's, it could be like $2.50, $3. So it's really, you're paying like $6. So always make sure you use your debit card at your bank to avoid those fees. Okay? Next thing you want to do is come down here to the bottom here where it says annual fee. The annual fee on this credit card every month is nothing. That means I don't have to pay a fee every month to have this credit card. Okay? Balance transfers. Either $5 or 3% of the amount of each transfer, whichever is greater. Okay? That means if I take $20 out of the ATM, I'm going to be paying 3% of that. Or $5, whichever is greater. Alright? So normally it's... I'm sorry. That's balance transfer. Sorry, that's balance transfer. That's right. That's balance transfer. Cash advance is either $10 or 5% of the amount, whichever is greater. Again, so if I take $20 out of on my credit card, let me autofocus here. If I take $20 out, like I said, it's going to be $10 fee. All right, whichever is greater, because 5% of $10 is not 5% of $20 is not $10. It's less than that. So whichever is greater, $10 you pay greater. Foreign purchase transaction penalty fee. late payment up to $35, return payment $35. Now, you can get those waived. A lot of people don't realize that. When you pay your bill online, it says some credit cards are by 5 p.m. Eastern, some are by 8 p.m. Eastern, some are by 11:59 p.m. Eastern. And if you don't pay it and you forget, you pay it the next day, you're going to get hit with a $35 late fee. But you can call up and you can say, listen, my internet was out, I couldn't get on to pay the to pay the bill, and they'll waive it for you. They always do. I've always had late payments fee. A return payment, that means, let's say you pay a bill online, but there's no funds in the account. You forgot to deposit money. Let's say there's no money in the account. That payment's gonna get returned. They're gonna hit you with a $35 return fee. It's usually called a return check fee. Even though you didn't write a check, it's an electronic check. So return check fee, you can get those waived as well. Especially if it's like your first time. They usually waive that for you. A lot of people just, I got a late fee, pay it. A lot of people just they take the dick up the ass. They don't know how to stick up and get it waived. But you can easily get that waived. Alright? And that's pretty much it when it comes with the credit card. With this credit card, I'm getting 1% cash back when you buy and 1% cash back as you pay. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, if I wanted to apply for this. I'm not going to because I just got the TD Bank TD credit card I'm probably gonna get. Even though this is probably a better credit card, probably. But I have a bank account with TD, so that's why I went with TD. I'm sure they'll at least give me like a $5,000, $6,000 credit limit because they gotta kind of stay competitive with my other credit cards. But that was just something I saw on the counter, and someone asked me before because they know I have a bunch of credit cards. If I could explain to them how credit cards work. All right, because I do. I used to have much more than this. I used to have way more than these credit cards, but right now I have a Discover It. I have 2 Discover It cards, and what I like about Discover It is all the information is on the back. Alright, all the information is on the back, so it's not embedded in the front, so no one can put like a piece of paper on top and rub the piece of paper to get your credit card. I have a Chase Freedom card, which I'm going to put upside down because my name's on the front. I have a AmpGo card, which is a transmission shop credit card. And I have a Walmart credit card. Okay? I used to have more. Oh, I'm sorry, an American Express credit card. Alright? Credit limit on here is $12,000. This one's $8,000. This one's $6,000. This one's $8,000. And Walmart is, I believe, $3,500. Some people get confused. People say this, but it's not true. They say having a lot of credit cards is bad. That's not true. Okay, you can have as many credit cards as you want. It's not bad to have a lot of credit cards. You just have to learn how to manage your credit cards. You have to have control. You got to be mature about it. Okay, I used to have 11 credit lines. Okay, some people also say, well, if you have a lot of credit cards, your credit limit goes down. Your credit score goes down. It's not 100% true. The only reason why your credit score might drop when you get a credit card is because you had a credit inquiry on your credit history. They got a pull. You have soft pulls and hard pulls. Normally, when you do a credit line increase, it's a soft pull. When you try to apply for a new credit card or a loan, it's a hard pull. A hard pull means when they have to pull your complete credit history to see if your credit worthiness is good enough to have a credit card. Alright? That's why your credit score might drop when you open a credit card, because you had to do a credit pull. Alright? But after a month or so, that will even back out. It only drops by a few points. Another reason why your credit will drop is if you, let's say you have, they say don't go over half your credit line. So if you have $1,000 credit limit, try not to go more than $500 on the credit card. Okay? When you open a new credit card, you're usually gonna probably start with like if your first credit card ever, they're probably gonna start you with $300. Don't go more than $150.
If you charge $100 at the end of the month, pay the $100. Don't pay the minimum. Minimum probably gonna be like $25. For the first 3 months you have your new credit card, always pay it in full. All right, because after the first 3 months, they're gonna go back and they're gonna look to see how you're using the card. They're gonna check to see, how you're using it. And usually, if you do that, they'll bump you up right away. When they give you a credit, when you do not request a credit increase yourself, when the credit card company gives it to you themselves, there is no soft pull and there is no hard pull. They just increase your credit line. Okay, so for the first 3 months, you always want to pay in full because it looks better for you. Okay, after the 3 months, if you charge $100 and your minimum payment's only $25, then go ahead and pay the $25 if you want. Okay, because you're probably gonna have 0 APR for the first either 12 or 18 months, so it's gonna be no interest. But the reason why you want to pay in full for the first 3 months you have the card is because you want to show them that you can handle it. Okay, the better you handle the money that they give you, the higher the credit limit they will give you. Okay, for example, my first Discover card started me with, I think it was either $4,500. Discover, my first Discover 8 card started me with $4,500. Okay, I'm now up to 12,000, I believe. Here, let me log in and look. Okay, they didn't just boost me to 12,000. It went to 6,000, then it went to 6,500, 8,000, 8,200. Okay, my cash advance went up as well. Okay, usually your cash advance limit on a credit card is only like $500. They don't want to give you a shit ton of cash. Okay, but in my situation, I've proved to them time and time again that I can manage a lot of cash when I take cash advances and I pay it back. All right, so my cash advance on my one Discover It card is actually really high. It's ridiculous high. It's unheard of high for a card like that. It's $2,500 cash advance. Okay. This credit card I have, my credit line is $8,600. My current balance is only $42, and my available credit is $8,557 out of $8,600. Now, what that means is available credit. A lot of people don't realize this as well. Available credit is what you have available to use. So when you go to McDonald's, let's say your credit limit's $1,000. You go to McDonald's and you charge $10. It's going to show up in the pending section, not the post. Post means after it takes 3 days and it fully processes. But when it's pending, even when it's post, it doesn't matter if it's pending or post, it deducts off your available credit. So if you have $1,000 available credit and you charge $10 at McDonald's, immediately it's going to go down to $990. That's your available credit. All right. When you pay the bill, $10, and the payment gets received, the credit gets released, and you go back up to $1,000. That's how that works. So my available credit is basically $8,600 on this card minus $42. They round up to 43. That's why this says 557. 557 plus $43. 57 plus $43 is $100. All right, so that's where they get the 600 from. Okay, that's my one Discover card. If I go back and I log in, the same username almost, just one thing separate. I don't care if you see the username. I look the other way. All right, this credit card is negative $2.16. Now let me explain that for a second, because that confuses people too. On a checking account, a bank account, when you're negative, that means you owe the bank money. You're negative, right? But on a credit card, when you're negative, that actually means you have right now it says I'm negative $2.16, but that doesn't mean I owe them $2.60. That means I have a credit of $2.16. So technically, I can go somewhere right now and buy something for $2.16, and my balance will go to zero. All right? I paid, that was like I paid too much money to that credit card, so that's what's left over. All right, negative on a credit card means you have a credit. Negative on a bank account means you owe the bank money. All right, a lot of people get that confused, and I can see why, but trust me, that's exactly what it means. Okay, this card I have 11,200 credit limit. I only have 8,015 available because my recent payment of $2,378.41 didn't fully process yet, which means the credit was not released to me. I'm actually going to call them now because that should have been released already to me. That was paid on January 8th, so that should have came out already. So I'm going to end the vlog there so I can make this phone call, and I just wanted to, talk about that real quick, guys. Anyway, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Peace.